If you are a child and or adult who is easily offended, please turn back now because the following podcast has been rated M for mature. Because we like to say fucking shit.
Welcome to another episode of Time to Game Podcast. This is episode 4. And today I am once again surrounded by CJ, the main man with the topics. And we got old Chris back from his retirement home vacation down at the bingo center.
Joke just never gets old.
You're just gonna keep doing it, aren't you? You're just gonna keep doing it.
I'm not doing it. Don't look at me when you say that. Look at him. He's the one that keeps saying it.
I don't know why.
You are old, man. Anyway, CJ, kick it off, buddy. What do we got today?
All right. So this week's big topic is going to definitely be the fact that the Xbox One no longer requires the Kinect. At this point, I'm not really going to be shocked by anything that Microsoft says because it keeps seeming to change everything about what they originally stated about the Xbox One.
So let's just call the E3 thing a hoax, and what they're doing is happening right now. They're freaking jokers, man.
The Xbox reveal has been year long.
Yeah, it hasn't. I think they're probably what they're going to do is they're going to go with like Gamescom this month and just kind of like re-show the Xbox or re-announce the Xbox with what it is now compared to what it was
Xbox
back
One
then.
2.0.
Maybe they'll change the name by then. Who knows? They've changed literally everything about the Xbox. They have changed
Xbox
from
2, the
announcement
return.
to now. Like I just really frustrates me. Like they just can't commit to anything. I just don't understand what the issue is now. So now you don't need the Kinect. So now potentially we're looking at the possibility of, the Xbox One being, $100 cheaper, which is good for anybody that, is definitely going to be getting this Xbox. But if that's the case, how are they going to fix the issue of, hey, you pre-order this Xbox One pack with a Kinect, that's $500, but, we're going to have this $400 one. How do they fix that now? Or is every SKU that's out there now only going to be a $400 Xbox without the Kinect? Because that's the way that it's looking. That's the way that it seems like they're going to be going. But I don't know. Thoughts, chime in.
I really think that the Xbox is still going to be needed. They're just trying to fool everybody. I mean...
You mean the Kinect?
Yeah, the Kinect. This whole time, they're like, oh, it has to be plugged in, And they're like, oh, but it doesn't have to be turned on. As soon as you get it, just change the settings. So just,
Yeah, so it would be always on listening for one command if you have it, like, actually on, but you can turn it off. It's just very wishy-washy.
Yeah, so now you don't need it, but
yeah.
All they're going to try to do is trick people, like you were saying, thinking that it's going to be coming out with less expensive Xboxes, but then wasn't the whole idea of this Kinect to make the a special thing for the Xbox? So
yeah, well,
the Xbox games are different from the PlayStation 4 games because of the Kinect and the way you interact with it. So all these developers now are making all these games to use the Kinect, and now they're saying you don't need the Kinect?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that was literally the only thing that they really had over PS4 was that you're going to have this new brand spanking new Kinect with all these different features, and it was going to be part of the system so developers could actually develop for that feature. And now we're literally looking at two of the same systems with slightly different specs and probably going to be very close in price point now. So, it comes down to what we talked about the original episode of Time to Game in episode 1 was that the fact that the games are what's going to decide now. There's really not too much of a difference of do I get an Xbox One or do I get a PS4? It's just going to be preference now, more or less. It's going to come. I played Halo. I played all the other Halos, and now I want to play Halo 5 or 6 or whatever, and it's going to be an Xbox One, so I'm going to get that. I played all the other Killzones, and now Killzone's going to be on PS4, so I'm going to get that. So there's really, it kind of bothers me because I rather know that there's one better system. I'd rather be able to think to myself that, yes, I'm making the right choice. And now I feel like a lot of people are going to kind of question whether or not they should, especially the people that move from Xbox to PS4, are they going to now move back to Xbox One because now they're back in their comfort zone? What do you think, Chris?
I think that Microsoft has just catered to the people to the point where it's ridiculous.
But they're not. But the problem is that my biggest issue is that
they're bending, dude.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, where were their research? Where was their research in developing the system before?
I will say it out. I'm going to say it. I am probably going to get a lot of shit back for saying this, but Microsoft cares about its investors.
Yeah.
It cares not for its employees. It cares not for its customers. It cares about the money that people invest in the company so that they can get more money. Now, I never worked for Microsoft, so I cannot really say with definite that they don't care about their employees. But as far as being a customer, I could definitely say I feel a little abused when you turn around and say to me, oh yeah, we're going to take all the rights away from your video game console and we're going to go in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
When I played the Xbox 360 since it came out, and I'm like, you guys are dicks. What were you thinking?
But it's just like with what they did with Windows 8 too. They're trying to restrict everything about Windows 8, and that's why a lot of people want to stick with 7, and that's why they're going to come out with eventually like an 8.1 or something, because they were trying to restrict so much, and they realized that it was wrong. Where was their research in making these products? You know what I mean? Like, they just wanted. This is what they wanted to do. And, screw everybody else, is what we wanted to do. And now that they're realizing that, hey, we're not going to make any money off of this, now we're backpedaling.
There's no product research at all. I mean, customer research would show that more people like to have the freedom to do the shit that they want to do.
Because you're buying something.
Yeah, because, look, if I purchase a thing, all right, legally, that thing is mine.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't need some asshole in another country or anywhere else for that matter telling me what I should be doing with my thing that I purchased.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
Yeah.
So I do understand user agreements. I understand the limitations of abuse. But I don't understand is, why do we have to sit here and take this shit from Microsoft? And to answer your question, I think people are thinking the same way I do, in that they're just going to go with Sony because they're fed up with the bullshit.
Yeah.
If the good games are going multi-console anyway, fuck them.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, look, Sony's a business just like anything else. I mean, at the end of the day, they got to worry about shareholders and everything else like that. But my thing with why I feel comfortable with Sony at this point going to the next generation is because I feel like they actually talked and spoke with the consumers, the developers, and everything else like that. They reached out to the community, and then they gave you this product.
Well, yeah. Everything Microsoft is doing is what Sony already was going to do without any bad backlash.
Exactly. And the thing is, too, is that, to an average person that's going to be buying these systems, the people that play just Call of Duty or Madden or something like that, they're not going to know anything about what's going on right now.
No.
They're not going to have any idea about...
They're just looking at the name.
Yeah, they're just looking at, my friends are... all my clan and all my friends on Call of Duty are going to be getting it on Xbox, so I'm just going to go get an Xbox. At the end of the day, by the time these two systems launch, nothing's going to matter. None of the news that is happening now, it's all going to be put aside. And it's just going to be... we're going to be neck and neck with both systems.
It's no longer the days of the PS2 or the PS1 versus N64 where you have the hardware and that's it, and then you get small add-ons like Rumble Packs and whatnot.
There was so much diversity between the kind of games that were on those systems, and now there's just not.
There's not.
So you're pretty much going to be buying each system for its exclusives.
Basically, if you want a gaming machine, you're going to go with Sony because that's what they kept saying the PS4 is. It's a gaming machine. If you want a cable box, you're going to go with Microsoft because you can plug your cable box into your Xbox, and I'm sure somewhere down the line, Microsoft's going to come out with their own cable network.
That's the thing, though. I mean, I have a cable box. I have a DVR on my cable box. I don't need that. I mean, it's cool for somebody, I guess, that doesn't have a DVR, whatever, it's cool, I guess.
If you want some modern,
you still gotta buy a cable in order to use the feature. So, do you with the DVR and stuff like that, like the in-game DVR? They said that someone behind the Xbox Live Gold membership, and we'll talk about that later. But can you not use the DVR to record shows from your cable box if you don't have Xbox Live Gold? Because you're already
paying a high price.
But that's the thing, you're already paying for the cable box.
You bought it at a high price, stranger.
But what do you guys think? What does this mean? What does this mean for the price? Do you think that we're going to see the Xbox One drop down to the $400 price point just to compete with Sony.
Because it doesn't have the Kinect anymore?
Just because it doesn't require the Kinect.
They have no choice. Let's put it that way.
But I mean, look, who knows? I mean, maybe they're saying that, look, it doesn't require the Kinect, but every Xbox is still going to come with the Kinect because we believe in that feature. Do I think that's going to legitimately happen? No. I think there's going to be separate SKUs with an Xbox One without the Kinect and Xbox One with the Kinect.
Right.
But they could very well stick at their price point and just say, hey, we don't require it, but every Xbox is going to ship with the Kinect.
I think everyone's being suckered into thinking it's not going to need it. You're gonna buy a separate console and have to buy it anyway because apparently it was built to be used with it. So
yeah,
they're going to sell it saying, oh, you can do this, but then you turn it on, you start playing stuff.
Because there's an operating
realize...
system built around the use of the Kinect, too. So, like, what happens to that, then, if you don't utilize the Kinect?
Also, this is a last-minute change that Microsoft is doing.
And this is what concerns me.
All the developers basically have been developing for the Kinect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like...
Which is fine for now. I mean,
right.
but when you're given the choice, if you're giving the developers a choice, you know... What are you going to do? Are you going to make a separate version and spend more time making like Move features for the PS3 and then, Kinect features for the Xbox? Or are you just going to come out with a core game that's pretty much based on a DualShock and Xbox controller format and then just release it? Because then it cuts down development time and you can release it faster. There's a smaller development. You don't have to worry about as much development price, and then you ship those games out. You don't have to worry about the Kinect. You don't have to worry about the Move. And that's where I think it's kind of going to be headed. The developers are just going to kind of wash their hands from it because they don't see any kind of a benefit to utilizing those features.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The only thing I could say is Microsoft, because, I mean, everything is, through the Xbox Live, and it's less hardware, more software. So all they have to do is throw up a firmware update. Like, oh, well, now you don't need it anymore. But then it's like, oh, by the way, you might need it. So... It's just, I don't like what Microsoft does right now because, like I said, firmware updates can change a lot of things. And 1 minute they're saying you can do this, you can do that, but then they can change it back whenever they want to.
Yeah. Chris, do you think the damage has been done already? Do you think that, the people that we talk to, because, I mean, we're not talking to the people, obviously. I mean, people that listen to this podcast aren't the kind of people that are, that just play Call of Duty every year and just get FIFA or just get Madden. We're generally talking to the kind of people that are playing, probably 12 to 20 games a year. You figure a variety of different games. Do you think for them, the kind of people that we talk to, do you think to them that they've kind of decided where they're at and that the damage has been done already? Well, they saw what Microsoft was trying to do and they're saying, look, no, we're done.
You're talking about the core gamers and stuff like that. A lot of these guys are educated. Yeah. And they don't like Microsoft to begin with. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
for reasons, whatever they might be, but
I mean everybody's reasons for not liking a company of any kind is their own. But the consensus right now is I think Microsoft has done its own dirty work, I guess, if you will. They've kind of put one of the last nails in their own coffin, and it's because they keep backpedaling every time that one of these idiots comes on TV or on the internet and they start talking about this thing. They just keep backpedaling.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's like nobody really knows because
the public is pissed. Yeah, the public is pissed, and I mean, like. When they first revealed the shit on E3, we were all watching it.
Well, even the announcement. I mean, you go back to the Xbox announcement, the original announcement. Yeah, it was just like
people are just like, what?
They focused on TV, and people were.
Well, I mean, when I saw that, I was like, part of me was like, oh my god, Microsoft, what are you doing? But then I was like, they're going to come out with games at E3. They'll be talking about the games. And, they came out with Titanfall, and they showed. Plants vs. Zombie, Garden Warfare, which looks pretty cool.
Yeah, now they got Gamescom coming up.
Yeah, in Germany.
They're talking about showing off exclusives.
New exclusive there.
So Sony, but...
Uncharted 4, please. Or a new God of War game. Either one of those two.
Either one. Extreme.
Either one. But yeah, both of them are saying that they're going to be having exclusives at Gamescom. So, again...
Gears of War, perhaps.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think we've beaten this thing to a pulp, this Microsoft versus Sony thing, just because I believe that Microsoft has already screwed themselves to the point where
Well, notice how Sony hasn't said anything. They're just sitting back.
They haven't had to.
They don't
They haven't
have
had to
to.
defend
That's
themselves
what I
at
mean.
all.
That's what I mean.
Gone.
Microsoft is doing their own dirty work. They're just freaking getting their ass kicked by themselves. It's like, liar, liar, we guys sitting in the freaking bathroom. He's like, I'm kicking my ass, do you mind?
It's just so surprising that, like, Sony's done their fair share of screw-ups. I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah.
Especially in the PS3, $600 price point, $500 price point. E3, what was it, 2 years ago? Not this past year before that. The Wonder Book. I mean...
Yeah, right, yeah.
Come on.
It's like, what
Did anyone
they
even
donated,
use the
like,
PS Home, or what was it, the PS?
The PS, the PlayStation Home or whatever it is.
Seriously.
I guess they had an idea for it, but
I was going to sign up for it, but it took
I
me
was
almost
on
an
there.
hour.
Yeah, it takes forever
an
to
hour
load.
to, like,
But that's what I'm
put-
saying. It's stuff like that, and it's so surprising, like the amount of screw-ups they've done at the beginning. But I see everything that they've done so far from the February 22nd announcement for the PS4. I think that was the date.
Yeah. Around there.
All the way till now, it's been flawless.
Yeah.
Absolutely flawless.
Right.
Because
For the
when they made their
consumers-
mistakes, they took notes.
Yeah, for the consumers, for the developers, it's absolutely flawless.
they were going,
maybe,
okay,
maybe
and
also too it is because Microsoft's shit's so bad right now, and it's kind of like overshadowing the possible other problems that maybe Sony doesn't have to talk about.
Yeah, I mean
because
that might be it. It's just so bad for Microsoft that Sony has like, oh yeah, we got this stuff going on.
yeah,
and-
they don't have to. They don't
Well,
have
they
to go
snuck
into details.
they snuck in the PlayStation Plus membership requirement to play online and everything like that.
Right.
But
right.
You kind of saw that
you had
coming.
to. You have to. If you're going to maintain servers and you're going to update the security of the online features and stuff like that, and
I'm already a Plus member.
yeah, so am I. But that's exactly it. And I mean, I get a ton of games.
Oh, dude,
Like a ton
I get free
of
games all the time.
Exactly.
And
I don't have enough hard drive space because of the amount of games that they give me.
Well, I mean, that's the perk,
Exactly.
I mean, does now? I guess we're gonna go into the next section of this thing. Does the Xbox Live community or the Gold membership, I should say, do they offer perks?
Yeah, they do now.
Well, now they
You're
are.
getting-
They're
you're getting-
just
now.
You're getting,
Yeah.
you got
Two
you
free
got
games a
Assassin's
month.
Creed 2,
or something.
I think this month or last month or whatever it was. I think it passed. But you're supposed to be getting Assassin's Creed 2 and Halo 3 from like at E3 launch, like what their E3 conference. You're supposed to have those, and that didn't show up right away. Assassin's Creed 2, Halo 3. How old are those games? I mean, they're great games. So I'm not anybody that's listening. I'm not trying to defile the idea of Halo 3 and Assassin's Creed 2 not being awesome games.
It's just the fact that
It's
they're
just the fact that
older
they're
when
so old.
PSN is giving
You have
current
Hitman,
games.
yeah, you have Hitman Absolution from this past holiday, pretty much.
Yeah.
You have Battlefield 3, which came out 2 years ago, but it's still very relevant.
That's because the sequel
Uncharted
didn't come out
3.
yet.
Uncharted 3, Sleeping Dogs, Deus Ex, XCOM Enemy Unknown, Little Big Planet Karting. All these games that they're just kind of giving you, but they're current. You know what I mean? They're not like 3-4 years old. They're stuff that you want to play. It
Yeah.
might have been stuff that you just missed out on as you were, doing your, playing other games, and you're like, oh, you know what? I never got a chance to play that game or pick that game up. I'm definitely going to download and play that.
That's because Microsoft is like, we don't give things out for free.
Yeah,
What are
We
we
can't do that.
doing?
but that's the thing. I mean, it's just crazy balls. But yeah, we kind of started getting into the next topic, obviously. But for the structure of the podcast, I will go back to what the next topic would actually be, which is what will the next gen systems really cost you, the consumers, us, anybody that's buying these systems. What are some of the extra costs?
Accessories.
What are we dealing with the subscription paywalls? We talked a little bit about Xbox Live Gold and PlayStation Plus. We'll kind of talk about that a little bit more. But just looking from an accessory point, and this is what kind of sets me off a little bit too.
Really?
And I don't know, maybe it's just my preference. But if you're looking at the Xbox controller, Xbox controller, PS4 controllers are both going to come in at $60 for another controller if you want to get another controller. My issue though is that the DualShock 4 is charged. It's a chargeable controller. I've never really had any kind of problem with charging it and playing with it. You know what I mean? If you get a wireless long enough after it dies, you're fine.
Yeah.
You can just recharge it and play it. But the thing is, I'm really surprised about is, Xbox sticking with the AA battery pack. Like, why? I don't understand. I mean, I guess, maybe it's just me, but like, I don't really prefer having to buy batteries all the time. I'd rather just charge something.
Batteries are expensive.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are they sticking with the battery pack?
I got it.
Okay, go
it's,
ahead.
it's accessories.
Exactly, yeah. I mean,
It's
at the end of the day, you want to sell accessories.
It's like, all right, where do the stores make the most money?
Yeah.
Where does Microsoft and Xbox and anybody who is anybody that is in the business make the most money? They make money on the accessories, on the 400% marked up battery pack that you must buy so that your Xbox controller works.
But again, you're comparing the two controllers, $60, and you get a rechargeable battery in the DualShock 4, compared to the Xbox.
Where you either gotta spend an extra $25 to get the charge kit.
It's exactly what it is. It's a $25 added cost if you want to, use a chargeable battery.
Or buy AA batteries for at least $15.
Well, no, I mean you're looking at least $5 for like a 4-pack. But if you're going to be playing a long time, you're going to burn through AA's really quickly.
Especially now with all the new Rumble features and.
Yeah, I mean it's just
probably gonna kill it faster than a 360 controller.
Irritation, just pure irritation.
Yeah,
I feel rage.
So right then and there, you just said it. The price for a controller is a lot more on the Xbox.
If you want a rechargeable, But right out of the box, you're paying for AA's. I mean, they're gonna throw AA's in the box, obviously. But
you sure?
I don't know. Who knows?
They better. They friggin' better.
Battery's not.
But again, like I said, you're looking at $60 for a rechargeable DualShock 4, or you're looking at, if you want a rechargeable controller, you're looking at.
Now the thing though too with that, with my 360, my rechargeable is crapped out. I gotta keep it plugged in now. My PS3, that is working like it's day one still.
Yeah.
Did you overcharge your battery?
Supposedly you can't overcharge those. Supposedly they stop charging.
I thought they were lithium batteries.
I don't know what they are.
The crap.
Yeah, I mean, I know they crap out on you very quickly.
Because I know the same. Like I bought the charger system for my 360. I had I had it as like a dual charge, so you could charge 2 batteries at once. I had light indications. When the lights turned green, they were charged.
Yeah.
But how much was that doohickey?
Actually,
that's at least $20, $25.
Yeah, when I bought it at the time, it was like $25. But I did ask the rep at the store that I bought it from. And I asked him, I was like, well, look, does this overcharge my batteries? Because, let's face it, I mean, we all have cell phones. I mean, how many people have, cooked their battery and now their battery doesn't last for shit?
Yeah.
I mean, I had an illegitimate question. The guy didn't freaking know. I don't even think anyone at Microsoft knows.
I don't know. I mean, all that matters is that you go back and you buy that accessory again. Yes. Because you want the recharge pack.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Or you get a docking system.
I mean, I've had the Microsoft battery charge packs. The one where you have the wire and you have the battery pack and you plug the wire into the controller and it charges. That crapped out very quickly on me. Surprisingly, I got a Nyko one a little while back, and the Nyko one actually works really good. Like I've had no problem. I've had no problem. I've had no problem with the Nyko battery pack. And I know that a lot of third party accessory companies really get bad rep and stuff like that.
Way back since the PS1 days, I had a third party memory card kill my Final Fantasy experience.
I'd be so mad.
Got to the 4th
I'd be so mad.
Corrupts. My memory card crapped out. I don't have a clue why, but let's just say I never played another. But yes.
But getting back to topic here, so yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the controller, you get a controller, or you buy another controller and you want to get a charge pack, the charge pack's going to run you $24.99, and they're going to do a bundle with the charge pack that will cost you
$10 less, right?
$10 less for $74.99.
I mean, what a bargain!
I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, obviously, development costs went into the Xbox controller, but what are we really talking about? I mean, other than the rumble features of the triggers that really you feel is. I feel like there's more to the DualShock 4 where you have the touchpad, that you have a speaker built into it. I feel like, okay, it's a $60 controller. I could see why it's a $60 controller. But for the controller itself for the Xbox, other than the rumble features and the triggers, is that really do you feel like? And Chris, you can chime in on this too. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like the controller should actually be closer to 50 based on really how far they jumped? I mean, I know they made changes.
You know what? They're going to hear this and change it by next week.
But what I'm saying is just that's what I'm saying. They've made changes to the new Xbox One controller from the Xbox 360 controller. But as far as different features or I hate using this word, but gimmicks or whatever the case may be. Like I said, with the touchpad,
Smoke and
with the
mirrors.
speaker, with the PS4
Right.
controller and stuff like that.
Right.
I feel like that's more expensive to put into a controller than adding some rumble features near the triggers.
Well,
and that was the biggest thing about the new controller.
Yeah.
So
Well, you talk to anybody who deals with technology, anything that has lights or flashing this and that is all for selling points. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know, you don't need a light in the damn controller.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But you know, with that said, there are a lot of new sensors in these controllers now. You know, gyros, actuators, things that are just basically coming down to it. Like you pick up the controller, and the console knows who the user is.
This is for.
but you're utilizing the Connect with that feature.
Is this Connect or is this PS4?
I'm pretty sure.
PS4.
So it's
for
a DualShock
PS4?
4 controller.
DualShock 4 controller can tell by the way you're holding it. They have sensors in the entire.
Was that something that
controller.
really? That's what it's at now, and it's not. I feel like they're messing around with some different features. Is that something that they actually do have now?
That is from what I read. That's what they're pushing for. As far as design and stuff like that, they're trying to achieve the optimum gaming experience through user feedback. So what the people were saying, obviously Sony is listening.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, and then it seems like Microsoft is just copying Sony. So I'm not sure.
That was a fantastic idea.
Great idea. Where'd you get that from? Customers.
We should support indie games too.
And
They
then
will like us again.
so
Genius.
So likewise, your 360 controller is also built for comfort as well.
Yeah.
You're
but
paying for the extra, the comfy thumb
Sticks.
grips now on the
Thumb
sticks.
grips, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, the DualShock 4 is all about functionality with Sony, but and honestly, the features that include the touchpad. I think we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Share buttons, the light bar. Like I said, that's completely stupid, but it's got a headphone jack in the controller,
Yeah.
which is really nice. And then this is the point I was talking about. Is like the 6-axis motion sensing system that will allow the PS4 console to recognize the specific player with controller in hand, allowing the active switching of player profiles between games and by simply handing off the controller to a friend.
What source are you citing?
Attack of the Fanboy.
All right. So yeah, I mean, I feel like the technology that went into the PS4 DualShock is more worth the price.
Well, you got to think too. They got Bluetooth versus
Wi-Fi. Whatever it is. I think. Yeah.
Wouldn't Bluetooth be more expensive?
That's what you would think. I mean, Sony's been using Bluetooth since this generation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
They also been using built-in batteries since the beginning too. So
Yeah.
Rechargeable.
Let's
So.
just go. Let's go with works, guys.
But yeah, I mean, and then like I said, so I mean, the big issue that there was an issue with this originally was the fact that the Xbox One wasn't originally going to come with a chat headset, and now it's coming with a chat headset. You're originally supposed to utilize the Kinect in order to chat with your friends over Xbox Live while you're playing games and whatnot.
But taking away the Kinect now indicates that you have to get a chat headset.
Exactly, and that's why they're going to be bundling in the chat headset with it.
Yeah.
There's just like, they go this way, they go that way, they go this way. I'm like, what are you? What is this? What was Xbox, what's Microsoft trying to do? I just don't get it.
They're trying to.
They're trying to appease the consumers, and I get that.
Yeah, they're trying to save themselves from absolute and utter devastation on opening day.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. They don't want to see sales hit the floor while Microsoft is floundering at the bottom and Sony's at the top of the mountain pointing and laughing.
Yeah.
Let's just say nobody likes to be pointed and laughed at.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and then with the Xbox One chat headset, it's going to cost you $24.99 compared to Sony, which is having the headset. They've shown you what the headset is. I'm not really a big fan of the headset that's coming with the PS4. It's like a little earbud thing.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
not a fan of
They did that with the PS3 too.
Did they have a They didn't have a chat headset with it.
It didn't come with it. No.
It didn't come with
you
it.
You could buy a Bluetooth, one, which I did.
The Bluetooth one? That was decent. The only thing was it didn't fit in my damn ear correctly.
Yeah, I mean, the Bluetooth is fine. They didn't really ever have, like, a wired headset, though, because they never thought to utilize, like, a port for it.
Yeah.
So with any kind of wired headset that you have now for PS3, you actually have to plug it physically into the PS3 system through a USB port.
Well, thus the headphone jack and the new controller.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, it's like...
Do you mean PS4 system?
No, PS3. The wired PS3 headsets now, they have to go into the PS3 system.
Oh, they have a wired.
Yeah, they have a wired out there. They have wired headsets out there.
Wired has always been better than
wireless,
in my opinion.
Wireless a lot of times.
Less dropouts and stuff.
I mean, other than the Bluetooth headsets, I've never had like dropouts or like fuzziness in the ear or crackling, whatever.
The Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but if you're utilizing a Wi-Fi, like a Turtle Beach Wi-Fi on the Xbox,
I heard nothing but terrible things.
Yeah, I get that all the time.
I
but my Sony PlayStation Elite headset is a Bluetooth headset that shoots from a USB dongle plugged into the PS3. I have no problems with it. That's my favorite headset, hands down.
I don't know if I've ever heard of any interference with Bluetooth before, because
I don't know.
It doesn't work on like the same waves. You know?
Yeah,
it's almost like direct.
Well, it's funny too. You could actually use the Sony Bluetooth that they gave you with your phones.
Yeah, I should really do that.
So you can multitask.
So I could not talk on the phone while I'm driving. Bad thing.
Who does that? You can't do that.
No, I don't do that.
That's against the lawbreaker.
I don't know. I think I would be more worried about people texting and driving. Those people are just idiots.
Well, I've seen people reading the newspaper, drinking coffee, steering with their knees. Now, holy shit. Just stay in bed if you're going to pull that shit.
You missed your alarm today, and you just have to accept the consequences.
Who taught you how to drive?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so along with the, like, you know, what is it going to really cost you? Again, like I said, the headsets are going to be in both systems. The PS4 DualShock is rechargeable. If you want to get a rechargeable battery pack for the Xbox controller, it's going to cost you more. You know, the headsets, another thing that they screwed up was originally they were going to make you buy new headsets. Like your Turtle Beaches weren't going to work with the new Xbox controller because it's a different port for the headset jack.
Yeah.
Your Turtle Beaches weren't going to work. Your High-End Astro headsets weren't going to work with the Xbox One. And now what they have to do is they're backpedaling again, trying to figure out a way to make them work, and now they're going to have this adapter that you're going to have to pay, which is probably going to be around price of $20 to make sure that your headset still works.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anyway, like I said, a lot of Turtle Beaches anyway, like they have like a really bad failure rate. People buy like those and they break all the time. I don't know what it is, but
wait, I have a Turtle Beach. What do you mean it's gonna break?
They break. I don't know. I mean, it's, you know,
a
lot of times what I see with like people I talk to, like the wire from the headset to like the controller, that will go. They actually had to start selling that aftermarket.
Well, you see, when they try to throw the controller when it's still attached to their ears.
I know, and that's
not a good idea.
That has to be what the issue is half the time. It's just that, like, you know, they're leaving the headset on the floor and they're kicking it around, or they're like, you know, dropping it or throwing it to the ground, and, you know.
The one I have is a control interface. That's a separate thing from the headset.
What kind of headset do you have?
It's a Turtle Beach.
Which one?
It's the X91 or something like that.
How much do you pay for it?
I got it from Best Buy at like around like $75-$80, something like that.
That's pretty good if they have a separate.
Yeah, I mean the control system
is
is on the wire down here, but you could clip it to yourself. And the one thing that they have on there is a jack that you could plug in, so it's like an 1/8 inch to an 1/8 inch. Like you get a cable, you go right to your controller.
Yeah.
I got it plugged into my computer right now because it has a USB. In and a 1/4 inch in. So
so it probably works for your PS3 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got the one with the 16-foot long cable because I've refused to go wireless.
Yeah, and I mean, but like I said, if you don't have that adapter, if they weren't going to make this adapter, you have to buy another $75 headset if you want a decent gaming headset.
I will not be doing that.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, that's potentially what they were going to do.
Yeah,
you know?
that's shitty.
And Turtle Beach came out pretty much a few days afterwards of E3 and said that, you know, there's no reason why that none of their Turtle Beach headsets wouldn't work with the current makeup of the PS4. Like, all the headsets would still work.
Mm-hmm, right.
Because PS3, you had to go through a USB port. You had to have the audio. You had to have the audio jack, I guess. I don't think I've ever had turtle beaches with my PS3 because I've always used a Pulse Elite, but it's USB based. Pretty much those headsets.
Yes,
so
they are.
obviously, it's just USB based with the PS4. You're not going to have to plug it into the controller, but it's going to be USB based through the PS4, and that's why it's going to work. So there's no reason for them to worry about an adapter or anything like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So once again, what does Microsoft think?
I just think they came out going, all right, guys, let's just say some shit, and it doesn't matter what you're going to say about it, and whatever the people complain about, we'll just change.
Those was jokes.
Those was jokes. We ain't going to do that.
Not right now.
Not right now. I mean,
Maybe later.
Get some sales in there.
So moving along past the accessories, subscription paywalls. This has been something I've been seeing a lot of, actually. A lot of talk about it.
Poop talk.
Pretty much what's happening right now is that you're going to need Xbox Live Gold to play online. You know, as always.
As always.
And now PS4, you're going to need PlayStation Plus to play online. Okay, that's new. Whatever you pay for it, you get free games.
We figured that was going to happen anyway.
But you get that. It's fine. It's cool. You know, they need to update their servers and pay for people to fix the servers and protect the security and everything like that. Okay, I get it. But what I don't get is that with Xbox Live Gold, you have to... And I mean, the one thing before I move forward is that I understand the fact that, you know, you're going to be paying for Xbox Live Gold anyway, so it doesn't really matter, because if you're going to be playing online, if you're playing Xbox One, you're probably going to be playing online multiplayer, so you're going to have Xbox Live Gold, so it doesn't really matter. But the way that what they've said is that behind the paywall of Xbox Live Gold, you have to be a Gold member if you want to use the system's DVR, which I think is asinine because you're paying for a DVR to be in the system. You're paying for that to utilize that. I don't see why they're putting a paywall behind it. If you want to utilize Netflix and Hulu and all these subscription-based apps that you pay for as it is, you're paying for all that. You have to have Xbox Live Gold to do the party chat, which has been normal as it is. That's with current Xbox Live Gold on 360. But you have all these paywalls. You can't use any of those features, even if you pay for those features, until you have Xbox Live Gold.
See, that's what I always thought was horrible, was if you have a PS3 and Xbox, you can get Netflix on Xbox, but then you got to get the Gold membership to be able to get the Netflix and pay the $7 for the Netflix, or $14 or whatever you pay if you have both the DVD and the streaming. But then you have the PS3, but you don't have to pay shit if you don't want to. You can get the Netflix and just pay the $7 for that. Yeah. Same thing.
And that's why PS3 was like the number one system utilized for Netflix. Number one source of utilizing Netflix was the PS3. Because you didn't have to pay for it. Because you're already paying for it. So you don't have to pay extra to use something that you're already paying for. And this is what's just asinine to me. Chris, feel free to chime in. No?
I was going to say, it just seems to me...
It's a freaking nightmare. Are you kidding me?
It was like Netflix had to pay Microsoft to have them on the Xbox Live.
Just to be clear, PS4 is still the only thing that you're paying for online for PlayStation Plus is so you can play multiplayer. Everything else is not behind a paywall. Even Party Chat, Netflix, whatever other kind of apps they're going to have on it, the DVR you can utilize with or without PlayStation Plus. Again, Xbox, you have to pay Xbox Live Gold to use the Xbox DVR, which if it's built into it, you're paying for it already. Why can't you use it?
They're going to change that.
They'll change it next week.
Yeah, they'll change it. It's going to happen. Are you kidding me? They're going to be like, oops.
They just haven't read that article yet. They're going to be like, well, we can change that. Fuck that.
Yeah.
We just listened to Time to Game, and we really believe that we should change that.
Yes, they're totally listening to this right now.
We are listening.
If you're listening out there, Microsoft, you better get your shit straight. Talking directly into the microphone. I'm looking at the microphone, making sure I get through to you.
It's looking back.
Bitches.
Yeah.
Going to your soul.
Bitch.
An elongated bitch. ...
Yes.
But,
so if you're into someone that wants to, well, how long is the DVR? The DVR with the the gameplay. You can
The
record.
length?
Yeah.
I'm so glad you asked, John, because I just happened to have that answer. Supposedly.
Holy Jesus!
Supposedly. And this is just me knowing my stuff.
Oh,
Because I'm
shit.
like that. About to drop some knowledge on you.
That's why we have CJ.
Hit me with education. Hit me with education.
Supposedly what Okay. Do I need to, like...
Speak the truth, bro.
Okay, I'm
Speak
going.
the
All right,
truth.
we're going here.
I'll
Okay.
do flips.
So supposedly the last bit I saw on this was actually that the Xbox DVR can only capture about 5 minutes of gameplay. Supposedly. Clips of 5 minutes of gameplay.
Xbox.
Right, and we went over
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now the PS4, you have 15 minutes of DVR playback.
So that's roughly half a match, half a long match. You
Well, it
would say?
depends. I mean, if you're playing Call of Duty, 5 minutes is more than enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, anything, like, if you're playing Killzone, not long enough. You know what I mean? I mean, they're not going to be playing Killzone Xbox, but I'm just saying, like, Killzone multiplayer matches are usually pretty big. Because if you're playing Warzone, that's at least a half-hour match.
Well,
Battlefield 4, if you're playing, like, Conquest or Rush or something like that, at least a half-hour match. Usually. Unless you add a time period
when you
into
add
it.
the other, multiple players that the new consoles are going to have, the next gen. I mean, you're just going to have bigger games.
So,
They're
I
going
mean,
to be longer matches.
again, they could change this, and I mean, I haven't seen anything recently, and I look at this stuff every night.
Dude, how are they going to change
Obviously.
that, though? I mean, the DVR, that's memory built into
Yeah.
the system. They'd have to...
And they're going to be running at 30 frames per second at 720p. That's what what it's going to
Okay,
be.
yeah.
And that's both.
I don't know what PS4 is. I have not come across that yet. I just remember there was kind of a big stink about it. Again, though, you can, if you're recording video from your systems, if you have if you're utilizing something already that records the video, it's not going to matter what the DVR can do, because if you have a secondary gaming DVR or play video game recorder,
Yes.
you can record in 1080p and 60 frames a second,
Right.
if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not going to be a huge issue. But I mean, people that aren't recording right now, I don't think they're going to really care. But as of right now, like I said, it's 5 minutes for the Xbox One DVR and it's 15 minutes for the PlayStation DVR. So it's interesting.
And the PS, it's free. You don't have to pay.
No, you don't have to pay for that
have
feature.
it.
You don't have to pay for that feature. You don't have to pay for Party Chat with the PS4. You don't have to pay for Netflix if you already have the account. If there's going to be Hulu or whatever the case may be, Amazon Prime, whatever's on there now, you're not going to have to pay for that. Pretty much what Sony has said is that all you are paying for with the PlayStation Plus membership is obviously the awesome discounts, the awesome free games that you get, and then the actual online multiplayer. Everything else you can use. No restrictions as far as that goes. And this is $50 a year compared to $60 a year. For $10 cheaper, you get everything that PlayStation
So
Plus
for
offers.
$10 less, you get better games, better free opportunities to play games, and you get open content from third-party developers and a whole 9 yards.
Yeah, I mean, you get discounts with PlayStation Plus. They're up there all the time.
And
If you haven't downloaded Hitman Absolution out there, for anybody that has PlayStation Plus, go play that game. That game's awesome. I don't know why people it's really cheap now in stores anyway, but that game is so much fun. And I don't know why people don't talk about it more. I love that
I
game.
dare you. You won't.
You can play as a scarecrow. You get dressed up as a scarecrow and take out people.
Who the hell doesn't
It's
want
awesome.
to dress
It's
up like a
awesome. That's like my
scarecrow
favorite mission.
and kill people.
It's like my favorite mission of that game.
How awesome is that?
You're just up there, you're hanging in a scarecrow outfit. People walking by you, and then you jump down and you
Jeepers
strangle
creepers,
them, take them out.
motherfucker.
Yeah, seriously, how it was. It's kind of spooky. It's late, dark at night.
Pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, and then you could
You hear
always,
that?
then you could just always throw them into a wood chipper too, if you want to get rid of the body.
Oh, you okay?
You okay?
But no, I mean, if you got the main stuff, when you download that game, I love that game. I played through that
Played the shit
Twice.
out of that.
It was really good. I liked it. But again, back to the topic now. PlayStation Plus, no paywalls other than the multiplayer. $10 cheaper. Xbox Live Gold, $10 more. They might start getting some more free games as they start working with developers and stuff like that. Better ones that are more up to date.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we're going to see it until Xbox One. But we'll see what happens.
So right now, the cheaper system would be PS4.
Oh yeah, I mean hands down right now as it stands. I mean if you're looking for the best value, the PS4 is the best value, hands down. I mean, does anybody agree with me or disagree with me here?
No,
I mean,
it's all on the paper.
Looking at the $400 price point for the system, you don't have to buy really any extra accessories that are going to come out of the box.
Yeah, you just want to use it to watch Netflix.
You can use it.
You can use it. You don't have to pay $60 a month.
Awesome,
you can just pay the $7.
Yeah, it's going to probably be an awesome Blu-ray player too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you're like trying to start recording stuff or like you want to start showing some gameplay on YouTube or something like that, you can record videos and
So you get a Blu-ray,
you
get a game player, and you can stream apps. For free.
Yeah, and I mean the other thing is too is that Xbox originally wanted to do the whole shared library of games and stuff like that. I know they're still talking about that. They might still do that. That was like one of the better features about always being online.
Yeah.
But Sony's already said that if you log into if I have games that are downloaded on my account, I can go to come over to your house, John, and download my games on your PS4, and I can play my games on your PS4.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
This is great.
Which is probably what Xbox will have too. But again, if with something like that, I don't know if they've actually mentioned whether or not you need PlayStation Plus. You probably don't, because like I said, they've really been adamant about just saying, hey, you're only going to need PlayStation Plus for this multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, moving right along. Unless anybody has anything else they want to add to that. So the last topic of today that we wanted to touch on was definitely, and this is more just like a general discussion. What features of the new systems seem the best, or what features do you guys think would be the most exciting to get your hands on? I list, some of these ideas are PS4, Xbox, the game DVRs, which we talked about a little bit, the Xbox One Connect, the PS4 touchpad, the PS4i. We can even throw in there, what else is on there? Let's say that we're doing the account sharing and stuff like that. Like, what are the features that stick out to you guys that like you could kind of get excited for? Go ahead, Chris.
Well, I mean, for the most part, as far as features, I like what they're doing with the interface. It's wonderful to see like everything's going to be in front of you, and that you can seamlessly go in between different types of. If you're doing gameplay, or if you're watching TV, or if you're going to Netflix, I mean that to me is really cool because I find myself like every time I'm like, all right, let me download this game real quick, and then I'll do something else. But then I gotta switch out all the apps and stuff, and I don't want to close out my download. I just want to put that in the background.
Yeah, because if you're using utilizing something where you're using the internet for both things,
right? And
right now you can't do that.
And the other thing too is I'm looking forward to downloading a game at the same time as playing another game, so I don't brick my PlayStation.
Based on what with the PlayStation though is that you're gonna start doing an initial download and then you're gonna start playing, and as you're playing, it's downloading in the background for you.
Yeah, that's really good too. Yeah.
But like as far as like the switching between everything, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And Sony said that they're gonna be able to do that too. I guess that was something they just didn't mention originally. I mean, there's so much stuff that both systems have to eventually announce and show you what it can actually do. But Xbox came out and said that right away with the new Kinect, moving it around.
Those who are into the Xbox, that is probably one of the best features of the Xbox.
Yeah, especially with the voice commands if you're going to be utilizing the Kinect. But that's the only thing that was really appealing to me with the Xbox as far as like the Kinect goes anyway.
Yeah.
But I do like that because like I'm thinking like for both systems, whatever. I like the idea of you can pull up a YouTube video of how to do a certain trophy or get through a certain part if you're having a hard time, or you need a guide because you're trying to find all the collectibles or something like that.
Yeah.
You'd be able to switch between that and your actual game. I think it's a really cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That way you're not.
Yeah, because then you're always like holding your phone or your
holding your phone or you're on a laptop.
Your laptop
you're pausing the game, trying to do the laptop. Yeah.
It makes the tutorial and the game seamless.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. John, what feature do you kind of get excited for?
I mean, I like it's the same in the same ballpark with the split screen where on PS4 you can see what your buddy's playing on their system. So it kind of brings it back to the old day split screen type of thing. So I mean, he's not in the room because we don't do that no more.
Yeah, we don't do that no more.
We don't have physical interactions anymore.
I'm sick of looking at you guys already.
I know. I can't.
That's why I hear your voices on Xbox Live.
I'm just closing my eyes. That's all. I just hear the voices. But no, I think that's kind of cool because you can actually feel like you're playing, you know. Because I mean, yeah, now you have Xbox Live and the party chat, and you can, you know, you're talking whatever and playing the game. But it's kind of, you still feel distant because you're just watching yourself or whatever. But it'd be cool to have like a split screen where it's like, all right, dude, where'd you go? And it's like, oh, go this way. You're like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then it's like, oh, here. And then you show the screen, you're like, ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
And you just follow them. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you're walking backwards and I'm walking forward, so I got like eyes behind my head now. So do you.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Pulled that shit.
Yeah. Damn. Cool stuff.
So I think I'm kind of excited for it. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but it sounds cool.
Ask me what my thing is, what I'm excited for.
CJ, what are you excited for?
I don't believe you. Ask it again.
CJ, the fuck are you excited for?
I'm so glad you asked, John. So glad you asked.
Holy smokes.
You okay there?
No, I just
Smokes.
she scared the shit out of me.
You should have said so close
That's
to
because
him.
you're old. This shit easy.
You should have said so close to him. I keep telling you to move your spot. It's much
How's
warmer.
you're sitting
Is
there?
that what that smell is?
It's much warmer over here by good old CJ.
He has one.
Anyway,
hands.
going off topic. Anyway, back to it. All right, we're right back at it.
Go, Bam.
But like my thing is the thing I'm kind of excited for as far as like these features go. I really am interested in the DVR, but I will say at the same time I feel like it's a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like the idea of like, hey, John, you're playing this part in Borderlands 3, you know, whatever, and you're having this trouble with this guy. This is what I did. Here, check out my video. You know what I mean?
Borderlands 3?
Yeah, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Awesome.
It's going to be a Borderlands.
And I'm gonna need
if
that
there's
help.
not a Borderlands 3 or a Borderlands Worlds, whatever they're going to do with it, you know, I'm done.
Wow.
Done.
Wow. You're just gonna
Done.
done?
No, probably
Flip
not.
the table
You want
over,
to
done?
you want to
Go
know
back to the darkness.
You want to know what it is? No, I mean honestly, I mean Destiny is probably going to be fine. If I don't get
You can't
Borderlands,
just say that.
if I don't get
Destiny's probably
Borderlands,
fine.
I feel like Destiny will
It's gonna
be
the
a
greatest
very
game ever
good.
made, That's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll get over it.
I feel like, you know, I mean, if Destiny comes out, I think it's going to be not really similar. Destiny, I mean, Bungie already said that they've gotten they've kind of looked at like games like Far Cry and Borderlands, and that's like what they've kind of used to build this
I'm gonna miss
world.
the humor though. Gonna miss the humor.
Dude, I love Borderlands. You guys still got to get a PlayStation 3, motherfuckers.
Who doesn't
I'm
love
still playing on
Borderlands?
Xbox.
I'm playing
No. Don't play on
Got it
Xbox.
for
Don't play on
PC.
PC. No, guys.
What?
Stop. You're killing me.
Killing
You're
me,
hurting me.
Smalls.
I can't get a platinum trophy
softly.
for Borderlands 2 if you're on Xbox and you're on PC. It's just not going to happen.
Are you willing to start over? Have your
I
character at zero?
I played through on Xbox with Borderlands 2. I'm playing again on PlayStation 3. I'm only at level like 7.
Uh-huh.
I just started. I'll start over. I don't care. Make it happen.
We all start at zero.
Make it happen.
Together.
Anyway,
I like being the super guy that's like level 80, and then like you're running through, and all the other guys are like,
you're one of those.
Yeah.
Kill everything.
it's kind
Take
of
the fun out of it.
But hey,
It's fun for you.
No.
Fun
This
for you.
kid back in 007 GoldenEye days was freaking Jaws. I had to be Odd Job because that was the only way to kill his ass. He was the cheap guy.
I jack up the armor real bad so that they shot me a million times. It really didn't bother me too much. And being so big, I just go over there and karate chop.
See, now, see, Chris, you're the type of guy with this new Xbox Community Watch. They were just banned.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you
know
go.
what I mean?
I've got banned.
I'm in the asshole corner with the rest of these guys.
Which we talked about on
Yeah.
a previous episode. See what I did there?
You
I
did
did it
that.
again.
Episode 3, Part 1. Check it out.
I did it again.
Boom.
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 What were we talking about?
What is that? What's that,
Where was I?
what's that KFC commercial with the Game Day bucket? Game Day bucket go boom,
Boom.
boom.
You can't say KFC on a podcast.
Why not?
You get sued.
CFK.
Chicken. Anyway, But what I was saying with the DVR was that I like the idea that you'd be able to actually, like I said, I'd be able to play a part. You know, John gets stuck on something, and I'm like, hey, check out my video. This is how I did it. Or I'm, you know, we do something crazy, like we both, you know, we're all playing in a game lobby, and we get like the hardest trophy, or we beat like the hardest boss, and then we could just have like bragging rights, like this is how we did it, and just post it out there.
Like in Halo 3 when you find the skulls and you get that one, you got to jump into the rings, and then we freaking got it. And we're like,
I still have a screenshot from that.
But here's my thing with it, and that's why I say it's like a double-edged sword, because the amount of videos that are going to show up is just going to be horrendous. Like there's just going to be so many.
Well, here's the thing too. You bring up a good point, because the people that are doing that stuff already have their own systems.
Yeah, they had to pay money to get those systems and everything like that too. Like the recorders.
Yeah,
and everything
they're
like that.
not cheap. They're like $300.
Yeah, if you want to get a decent one. Yeah.
So now you're going to have all these other kids.
Yeah. What are they called, Chris?
Children.
No. Not what I was going for.
Oh, I know what you want. I know what you want. I'm not giving it to you.
Give it to me, Chris.
I don't want to. No.
Old man.
The 12-year-old racist bastard.
Okay, thank you.
How hard was that?
Come on, that had to feel kind of good.
Is everybody satisfied?
I am now.
Fine.
It's a good day to die hard.
Anyway, what were you saying, John? I feel like you're on to Epiphany.
I had a good one.
And you lost it?
Yes, you fucked it up. Me? You old son of a bitch.
I didn't mess up your thinking.
Your
thought process.
You're talking.
Yes, but the kids are going to be all over it. They're going to use it, and you're just, like you said, they're going to be just a million videos. That's all you're going to see. And
yeah. And they're going to be uploading to Twitch and
I can't wait to see the Minecraft videos.
Ustream.
With some kid, like, mining all the way down.
Yeah, but that's the kind of stuff you're going to get.
It's like 5 minutes of mining.
Like, I hope YouTube's ready for this bombardment of videos that are going to be uploaded pretty much. I guess they're supposed to be instantly.
I don't know. Did you guys ever see how it's going to... Can you edit it? Like, is it for Xbox a full 5 minutes and then you could cut it up how you want it?
I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of editing feature.
Or is it the whole match, but you only get 5 minutes of cuts?
Well, I think that's with the PlayStation DualShock with the share button.
Mm-hmm.
I thought what it was supposed to be utilized is like you're starting a game, you hit share button to start it, and then you end it.
Oh, I thought that was going to be for like screenshots and shit like that too.
Maybe. I don't know.
Could be.
I mean,
I'll get my hands on it.
It is a share button. It can do a lot of sharing things.
Yeah.
Don't get AIDS. Wear protection.
But that's what I'm kind of excited for. I mean, some of the other stuff, I mean, Kinect's really cool. Like, I'm sure it's going to be... Yeah, I mean, like, the technology is there. It's cool. You're going to be able to do motion, and they're adding more sensor points to the body that they're going to be able to pick up. And they're going to be able to tell who you are and your preferences for the controller. That's cool, but for me, where, you know, especially, again, where I go to my house, you go to your house. I mean, how often are you really playing with everybody else that, you know, selected controller?
Right. I'm just curious, going back, well, kind of on the topic of Kinect and features, is there still a limit on how many people in a room you could rent the movie?
No. That was, they patented that. They have the rights to that. They can do that. Do you remember what that is, John? Do you want to tell everybody how that works? Because I think it's hilarious.
Hilarious.
Oh, what, the too many people?
Yeah. Did you read that? Because I read it and I thought it was hilarious.
I read it too. But
I giggled.
Yeah, I did too.
The fact that if there's 8 or more.
Yeah, well, that's what the general idea is.
I also giggled when people claimed that the Kinect was going to have the NSA spy on you too.
Okay, so you
How is it not?
You rent the movie, and it's only going to allow 4 people in a room, or 6, or
whatever the rights are allowed
to watch this movie, and the Kinect's going to pick up how many people in the room.
Yeah.
And if there's one more person in that room,
more, you have to buy up extra rights in order to watch that movie. Continue watching
you have
it.
To buy.
They have that patent. They have the rights to it. Whether or not they ever use it, because they buy patents all the time.
Right.
Just like Sony has the ability to restrict use games if they want to. They have patents for that, but they've already stated that they're not going to. But they buy up these patents. They buy up these copyrights to the technology. So if they ever want to use it for any kind of reason, they can. But again...
You hear that?
But that's useless now because they're not doing online all the time. You know what I mean? So you can unplug the Kinect. It's not going to matter.
Yeah.
Peace.
But them doing
But then
that tells
the
you they were going in a really scary way. You know what I mean? Like they had really bad
Did
intentions.
they have Dr. Claw or someone behind?
But that's like, you know, I pay
everything?
$20. I mean, like you pay,
Dr. Claw.
like you pay, all right, what, $14.99 to rent a movie? I guess probably for HD you pay a little bit more if you're doing an online download movie.
Right.
If I go to the store, I buy a $20 movie, I can watch it with as many people that I could fit into my living room.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Without restrictions. I mean,
Unless your wife kicks him out.
I mean, what are we
That's a
talking about?
restriction.
Yeah, nah. She wouldn't do that. You know.
But yes, so yeah. Well, hopefully they stick to that and don't bring that back, and
there's no.
hopefully they don't trick people and bring anything back.
Well, if they're sticking to their guns and they're changing it the way that they're saying they're going to change it with the Xboxes, and we shouldn't have anything to worry about because they can't do it.
If they turn around and start doing the things that they said they weren't going to do now, they're going to have a problem.
They would have to have a huge incentive if they're going to turn those things back on. There'd have to be like a huge
There's no incentive that is worth my privacy or my freedom of purchase.
Yeah.
There's no incentive. They could give me another freaking free Xbox and I'd be like, no, because this is bullshit.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna get the PlayStation Eyes when you get the PlayStation 4?
Not initially.
Probably not.
Initially, no.
I'm gonna do it because I want to be able to do like the video chat and stuff like that.
The Skype thing is cool.
I don't think Sony's not going to use Skype because Skype's owned by Microsoft.
Right,
but
yeah.
The video chat.
Video chat, that's fine. I mean, you could do the, networking with your friends and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Well, it's not expensive. It's
$60 compared to $100 that.
I got the Google Plus Hangouts on my phone, so I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah, just have your phone right there.
Hangouts.
Yeah, I don't really need
your secondary screen experience.
What's up, guys?
I don't need to have that experience on my PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it because I want to see what kind of features it's gonna have. Because they showed like a demo too.
If they can put my face on solid.
Well, they said
face.
that's what the Xbox can do. You can actually take a picture with the Kinect and actually formulate the picture to like a playable character, like your multiplayer character, if the developers want to utilize it, which you could use in Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas too. Like when I was playing that. You take a profile shot, you take a frontal shot of your face, and they create a face for you to play as your multiplayer character.
Yeah, I remember that.
That sounds awesome and dangerous all at the same time.
Yeah, it's not like you can make them out like,
It's
ridiculously well.
Yeah.
That was awesome, though, because you got to see like crazy people do like Jokers and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Like you wear a Halloween mask or something.
Yeah, and you put it in there.
Just like, oh crap, Michael Myers has a Uzi!
Yeah.
That son of a bitch upgraded.
I like the
Damn.
better. I like
You
the
don't
better
gotta
with
chase
knives.
nobody no more.
Yeah.
Get Jason Guy or Freddy Guy on. Oh, this is so much better.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. It's good for create.
I mean, I'm assuming the
minds.
PlayStation, the Eye will be able to do it. The thing is, they haven't really demoed the Eye to the point where it's going to show you like what kind of game features it's going to use.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because it's not being bundled with the system, I think.
Right.
But I think Gamescom, you'll probably see a little bit more of it. You'll start hearing more news about it.
Mm-hmm.
Getting closer to the launch, you'll probably hear some more news about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get it because I want to try it out. I feel like to get the full experience of what the PS4 can do, you're going to need the Eye. You know what I mean? So I'm going to try it out.
Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense. You just let me know how it is.
I'll let you borrow it once I get it.
All right.
If you want to try it out.
That's awesome.
You can borrow his eye.
But you know what? I'm not actually. I said this in the beginning too. I'm not gonna get the PlayStation 4 or the Xbone immediately after launch.
You're going to miss out, Chris.
Nobody buys. Anybody look?
Well, they got new. They as heating goes in red rings and yellow rings. Or yellow lights.
They always need tweaking. Always.
It's going to be covered by them.
So it comes to life and kills you in the night. Then I get a free system, but I'll train it not to do that.
You can have a limited warranty, so I mean, you could always ship it back out within the year.
Yeah, that
There
would,
you go.
But
If it
you know what?
fails.
I mean, that's a headache. What you buy a console.
I'm on my
maybe-
third Xbox 360.
It really
by
comes
the
down.
way.
It comes down to whether or not I'm going to be able, if I'm going to be impatient or not. Like I kind of want to play Killzone right away.
Yeah.
I've been saving up for these next gen systems literally almost for a year,
Well, you already know what I did for the next gen system, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing exactly. So it's just like I've been slowly building up.
The other thing too is
Funds
like
in
all the
order to
games
buy
that I
it.
want to play aren't coming out for the initial launch.
Yeah, I mean honestly, originally I was like I'm gonna wait for Destiny, but like Destiny, you know, it could end up being like not coming out until like July. That's a long time.
Yeah.
No, mine's a Division.
But Battlefield's gonna be out day one. You're gonna miss out Battlefield?
Yeah, I know.
Come on,
sucks.
come on. Really think
that
about
might
this.
be the only thing that
Come on, think
pushes
about
me over
this.
the edge. Look, all right, so that might be the only thing that pushes me over the edge when I hear about like you playing
Assassin's
it,
Creed 4.
John playing it.
You are an Assassin's Creed maniac. I know you.
I know, an Assassin's
An
Creed.
assassin.
I love assassins.
I know you. You're gonna get
Yeah, my
it. You're gonna get it. You talk a big game now, Chris, but you're gonna be there like day one,
First in line.
waiting in line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're gonna be one. You're gonna be the guy that camps for like 8 days.
I don't need to camp.
Like, hey, Chris, what the hell are you doing
just
here?
order online from one of the retailers. You'll get it
There you go.
eventually.
Get in the mail.
Save yourself the
Get
heartache.
your new favorite person's the UPS.
Tell you,
guy.
you know that by the time PS4 comes out, you're gonna have Assassin's Creed and Battlefield. I don't see you not having it by the time it comes out with Battlefield and Assassin's Creed 4 on it.
Whoa.
You're really gonna play Assassin's Creed 4 on your PS3, where you can play it on the PS4 with the updated graphics?
I already told myself I'm not buying any of the new games that are for next gen for old gen.
Exactly.
I'm not going backwards.
Exactly.
However, I can
64 players
Yeah, I
on
know.
Battlefield 4.
I know.
Hell yeah.
Do we have to talk about dropping a giant skyscraper on some bitches?
Look, if we can get a group of players
There's tanks and jets and
that are
bazookas.
actually organized enough
Whoa.
to tactically achieve that objective, then by all means,
I really hope it's a trophy.
amazing.
Drop an entire building on a squad. I really hope that's a trophy.
Or just
That'd be
That'd be
fantastic.
just an achievement. Just, the Crusher.
Yeah, Crusher.
Oh, I shit my pants.
Yeah, right.
Even the people that got the building dropped down should get an achievement. You just got fucked up.
Achievement. Did you not look up? Did you not miss the giant building?
Be aware of your
falling?
surroundings.
Yes, exactly.
The only time I could see myself being in trouble is if I gauge the size of the building wrong and I'm just at the very edge, is like
The last brick smacks you in the face.
one of the towers on top of it just crushes me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's all the time we have for right now.
Yeah, it's true.
CJ signing off here.
Yes. Well, thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Time to Game Podcast. Thanks, CJ, for getting all the topics down. We had some good stuff. And thanks, old Chris, for stopping by and staying up late once again. And
Oh boy.
yep.
Still going with it, John.
Still going.
This is never going to end.
No, it's not. It's just a running thing.
But thanks for watching and tuning in. And if you want to reach us at Tumblr or tweet us or even check out our Facebook page, like it, check the links in the description section below. But please leave us any comments you guys want to. Subscribe if you like our stuff. We're just going to keep doing this forever and ever and ever.
So you might as well be a part of it.
You might as well be a part of it. Chime in. Give us some topics we can talk about. Maybe if we get enough viewers, we'll have a viewer-requested show where we'll just talk of whatever you guys are wanting to hear.
Yeah.
But let us know, and thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.